you try again. But seriously, if you give up after the first time that you fail something, you will never be successful. I'm serious, you will never be successful without failure. Failure is one of the most important growing mechanisms to lead to success. In fact, the average entrepreneur and successful business owner has failed at least 4 or 5 times before they even see any sort of success. You think the first time LeBron James shot a basketball into a hoop and it didn't go in, he was like, well, I guess this basketball thing is not for me. I'm going to go play backgammon for a living. No, he didn't. He went over there and he picked the ball up and he tried it again. And guess what? Maybe he missed the second time. And so he tried again and he kept going until he became successful. And he's one of the best basketball players that have ever lived because he did not give up when he failed. Now I'm going to tell you a somewhat startling statistic. 50% of people, okay, so half of people that try something and they fail, they give up. They don't try it again. They're done. One time, one failure, they're done. 80% of people give up after the second failure. And 95% of people, that's almost everybody, 95% give up after the third try. So they try it 3 times, they give it 3 honest attempts, and they say, you know what, I've tried this 3 times. I can't do it. There's no way. I'm done. I give up. And that's 95% of people. But you remember what I just said literally 30 seconds ago was that most successful entrepreneurs and business owners and really just people of general success, they have to fail at least 4 or 5 times before they see success. Now, isn't that interesting, right? That 95% of people give up right before they're about to succeed. And I really hate to quote Harvey Dent here from Batman, but the night is darkest just before the dawn. Right when you're getting ready to succeed, you give up. This close to seeing that dawn, to seeing that light, to seeing like, okay, I can do this, I got this, I know what I'm doing, you give up. And so many people do this. And I see this every single day of my life. I have people that say, hey, I've tried this 2 or 3 times and I can't get it to work. And you know what I say? I say, have you tried it a 4th time? Have you tried it a 5th time? Why don't you go and do that and then we'll see where you're at. What's worse than that is I will see people that are like trying to think of how to do absolutely everything and making sure that they won't fail before they even start. They'll be freaking out about problems that aren't even their problems until they're actually successful. They're like, well, what happens when I'm making $1 million a year and I have to pay more taxes and I just don't know how I can handle that. And I'm like, are you making $1 million a year? Are you currently making it? Is that a problem that you have right now? Oh, it's not? Okay, well, worry about that when you get there. And how about you actually get to $1 million first, because that's kind of something that's a little more important than worrying about something that hasn't even happened to you yet. But seriously, so many people will just fall on the floor and start floundering around saying all of these different excuses of why they can't get started because they don't want to fail. I'm scared of messing up. I don't want to, blah, blah. And you know what I do? I walk over to those people floundering on the floor and I look at them in the eyes and I kick them as hard as I can in the face and I say, get up and try. Get up and do something. It does not have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be the next big, amazing thing. It doesn't have to be the greatest thing that has ever been accomplished in all of human history. How about you just get up and you do something? So many people love just sitting around and complaining that they're not successful, complaining about, oh, well, if I was successful, I'd have to deal with this, and I don't want to do that, and blah, blah, blah. So many people don't even give it an honest try because they're too scared to fail. I'm going to tell you something else. Fear of failure is actually biologically hardwired in our brain. We are hardwired to avoid pain, okay? And that's obvious, right? If you touch a hot stove, you're not going to be touching that hot stove anytime soon again, right? Because, ow, I burnt my hand, I'm not going to go touch that again. But we have been taught, thanks to our school system, all right, I'll blame this one on the school system here. We've been taught that failure is pain. But in reality, and every successful person knows this, failure does not equal pain. Failure, like I said, is one of the most powerful learning mechanisms that we can utilize. Every time that you fail, you learn a way not to do something. The more times that you fail, the more times that you know how to not be successful, which means that you know how to be successful because you've narrowed it down more and more and more. So instead of complaining about how you haven't started doing anything because you're too scared that you'll mess up, how about this? How about you get out there and you actually try it? And then when you fail, you say, okay, that's not how you do it. I'll try it this way. And then you try it that way, and maybe you'll fail there. And maybe you'll fail a third time, and a fourth time, and a fifth time. But eventually, you'll get it right. And when you do get it right, it'll be so unimaginably worth all of the failures that you went through because you are now successful. Going back to LeBron James here, because he's on my mind a lot. I'm not really sure why, to be honest. But think of all the times that that guy's failed. I mean, think of all the games that he's lost. Think of all the times that he missed baskets that he really needed to make. Think of all the times that people, the crowd, pointed at him and said, oh, LeBron, wow, you really lost us the game. You should have made that last shot. Think of all the times he's had to go through that. A normal individual would be like, oh, yeah, you're right. I'm done. I can't play basketball anymore. I'm bad. I quit. But see, LeBron, he's got that success mindset. All right, he is going to be after it. He's going to go get it, and he's going to take those critiques and he's going to use them to fuel his intense, success-driven, fighting mindset, power, go get 'em tiger thing. So the takeaway is, when you really want to give up, when you really just want to throw in the towel and call it quits, just know that you're probably this close to being successful in whatever it is that you're doing. Starting a business, playing a sport, learning an instrument, anything that you want to do, anything that you want to do in life. Right when you give up, you are this close to being successful. So I want everybody to keep that in mind, that you should not fear failure, because failure is part of the human experience, and it's something that we all go through. And in fact, something that I personally have learned to enjoy, because now I know how to not do something. And that means I'm closer to learning how to actually do it. And if you haven't even started to do anything because you're too scared of failure and you're floundering on the floor, I'm coming to kick you in the face. I'm serious. I will find you and I will kick you in the face. All right? So get up off the ground and do something. Just something. Just something. Just anything. Just do something. So everyone, thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, leave a thumbs up, drop a comment, and I'll see everybody in my next video. Bye.